Mahaprabhu was in South India. After he was in Jagannath Puri, Srila Bhattacharya, he started to go to South India, to travel to South India with the devotees. After he took Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, after he delivered Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya in Jagannath Puri, very humble Mahaprabhu, he embraced the devotees. He took their hands, and with humble words he said, "You are my life and soul. My prana can go out of my body, but I cannot live without you." Mahaprabhu told the devotees, because you are my dearmost friends. Because it is because of you that I took the darshan of Jagannatha. Because who is a friend? Who is friend? Is the one that gives you Bhagavad Bhakti. That's why Mahaprabhu, very humble, and very humbly, he said, "Here I took darshan of Jagannatha. So you made me take this darshan of Jagannatha. So what is a friend? What is the duty of a friend? The duty of a friend is to take us in the way of Bhagavan, in the direction of Bhagavan." So Mahaprabhu say, "You made me have the darshan of Govinda." And I want to ask something from you. If you allow me, I will travel in the South India. He told the devotees, because Mahaprabhu, in order to deliver the souls, he wanted to travel to all places. What is the duty of a sannyasi? Is to deliver the souls. Namadharma, Premadharma, to preach this. So that's why Mahaprabhu did. That's what he did. So that's the specialty of Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu, he appeared in this world for primary and secondary reasons. Primary reason is explained in this verse, Radha Pranaya Mahima. He wanted to relish three bhavas of Srimati Radhika. And this sweetness of Krishna, Srimati Radhika is always relishing. And he wanted to relish this. The third, what is the realization that Srimati Radhika has after she relishes his sweetness? So, Swarupa Damodara, he wrote this verse, Shradaya. This is the Mukha Karana, the primary reason. So the secondary is the primary reason. Is three reasons that is these reasons are written in this verse. And the second reason is the calling of Advaita Acharya. Because all the devotees they call God, but when a very high class devotee calls God, then Bhagavan comes in this material world, he manifests in this material world. So the calling of Advaita Acharya Advaita Acharya is Mahavishnu avatar. He is the combined form of Sadashiva, and Mahavishnu. Advaita Acharya lived in Navadvip. He saw that people they were doing so many bad things. They were, and Advaita Acharya was thinking, I am Mahavishnu, I'm the creator, I'm also the destroyer, so I'm going to destroy all of this. But then an iron voice came and told him, Advaita Acharya, be patient. Because your yesterday was Swayam Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to appear in this world to establish the Yuga Dharma. So Advaita Acharya took Ganga Jal and Tulasi leaf, and offered to Krishna. And this shloka explains this. When Advaita Acharya started to call God, Krishna himself appeared. So this is one of the main reasons for the appearance of Mahaprabhu in this world. So the first primary reason is described in this verse, Shradayam Pranaya Mahima. And Krishna comes to relish these leelas, these rasas. So he appears as Gauranga. And the second main reason is the calling of Advaita Acharya. But the secondary reasons, I'm going to tell you two secondary reasons. To preach the holy names, especially to give prema dharma to the souls. Even though in all eras God appears to kill the demons and also preach prema dharma, still this preaching of the prema dharma, actually this is not the duty of Krishna, kill demons and preach prema dharma. This is the duty of Krishna's avatars, not Krishna's duty. So Chaitanya Charitamrita, this is explained. It's something occasional. Because he came to do something, but he just ended up doing something else also. Because the main reason that he came, Mahaprabhu came, was to relish the Prem Ras of Srimati Radhika. But also he preached the holy names. At the same time, he's relishing and giving this highest prem to the souls. So in this verse, Narvata Charinchara, Sachinandana Gaura Hari. This is the extreme mercy of Mahaprabhu, which is explained in this verse. So he's giving this highest prem to the souls of this world. I'm going to speak a little bit about this. he gave Manjari Bhava, which is the highest limit to the souls. This prem is rare even to the demigods, Brahma, and others. So Mahaprabhu is giving this. And Bhagavad Swami in this verse, Anartha Charitara, explains this. And second, Samaj Samskara, he established this. Killing the demons, established Varnashma Dharma, but also he purified the heart of people. And in Gita Bhagavan says, when demons come, the society is contaminated. And Varnashma Dharma is destroyed or covered. So the Supreme Truth appeared to establish these things. But Mahaprabhu, he has this speciality. This Gaura avatar of Mahaprabhu, because Krishna, he did not use any weapon, he did not kill anyone with any weapon. Actually, in this avatar of Mahaprabhu, Krishna also did not kill anyone or didn't use any weapon, because the weapon of the holiness, with this weapon he purified the hearts of people and gave them prayer. All these reasons are explained, the reasons for the Mahaprabhu, for him to come. So he said, I want to go to South India to preach and deliver the souls. Actually, what was the reason for Mahaprabhu to go to South India? He wanted to meet Rai Ramananda, because Rai Ramananda is Vishakadevi. And without meeting Rai Ramananda, how Mahaprabhu, he wouldn't relish this highest mood, if he did not meet with Rai Ramananda. That's why Mahaprabhu was thinking that. But he hid this from anyone else. Externally, he was just saying that he wanted to go there to preach and all. Mahaprabhu said, my older brother Vishwarupa, I want to look for him. So why am I going to South India? Because my older brother, I want to meet him. And I want to go alone. I don't want to go with anyone else. So then I can also have darshan of many places, and then I come back. But until I don't come back, you continue here, Jagannath. Mahaprabhu said, my older brother Vishwarupa is like, see, she went away, so I'm going. But actually, he wanted to deliver South India. That's why Mahaprabhu was going there to deliver South India. So actually, who felt more the separation from Mahaprabhu? It was Nityananda Prabhu. He was thinking, how can I exist without Mahaprabhu? So that's why he was the first to tell Mahaprabhu, Prabhu, how are you going by yourself? How possible to at least take two people with you? Nityananda himself, he said, I traveled already to South India, and I know all the paths, all the ways, because those times there wasn't there wasn't many arrangements like buses and airplanes. People used to travel on foot, and there used to be jungles, forests, and what kinds of ghosts and witches and wild animals would be there in the forests, and also thieves. That's why Nityananda Prabhu he's very smart. So he said, I've already traveled to South India. Mahaprabhu says, Nityananda, you cannot go with me. He told directly this, Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu said, Nityananda, when I took sannyasi, I wanted to go to Vrindavana to do bhajan by myself in a solitary place. And what did you do with me? You did, what is the word? You took me away from the path of Vrindavana, because what happened when Mahaprabhu took sannyas, he wanted to go to Vrindavana, and all the Navadvipas, they were suffering so much, and Nityananda Prabhu pacified them. He was saying, I'm taking Mahaprabhu back to Navadvip. So Mahaprabhu was going alone in the path to Vrindavana, in the way to Vrindavana, and Nityananda told the cowherd man, a new sannyasi is coming here. He's coming here, and he's going to ask. This cowherd man was on the way, so Nityananda told him, a new sannyasi is coming here, a young sannyasi, and he's going to ask you the path of Vrindavana, and you tell him the other way. You tell him to go the opposite way. So Mahaprabhu, he was absorbed in Bhava, and when he came to this place, the cowherd men were there, and he was so absorbed in prema that he thought that this place is Vrindavan. So he asked the cowherd people, how far is Vrindavan from here? And they told him, you are very far from Vrindavan. This is the opposite place. Vrindavan is on the other side. You have to go to the other side. And Mahaprabhu had to come back, to return back. And the cowherd people, they told him, showed him the other way. And he was absorbed in Bhava, chanting the names of Krishna with the arms to the. So he came on the banks of Ganga. Then Nityananda Prabhu, because before he also had spoken to Advaita Charya to arrange a boat, and I think cloths of Mahaprabhu also. So Advaita Charya was there with the boat waiting on the banks of the Ganges. And Mahaprabhu was there standing there, and Nityananda came and he said, "Oh, how he came here first? How he came here before me? How possible?" Mahaprabhu asked, and Nityananda Prabhu said, "Oh Prabhu, where you are, the place that you are is Vrindavana." Because what Nityananda Prabhu is trying to say, he's saying, because you are Krishna, and Krishna stays only in Vrindavana. Krishna doesn't go outside Vrindavan. So Nityananda Prabhu is saying, the place where you're staying, the place that you are, this place is Vrindavana. So when Mahaprabhu saw the Ganga, he thought, oh, this is Jamuna. He was absorbed in Bhava. So Mahaprabhu took bath. Mahaprabhu went to South India. He was traveling in South India by bhajan. And what is unfavorable for bhakti, they many rules, but we don't follow these rules. Because the sannyasi is the disappointment of his brother Vishwarup. What did he do? To his body. He studied all this stuff through this illusion of Maya, this prema back to the highest. Was going to study in Advaita Acharya's house. Nimai was remember Krishna, because the nature of a child is that when you have love and affection, and he said, "You don't want to accept my seva," so he went with us. It makes like control, gives this control, because what Nityananda Prabhu is trying to say, he's saying, because you are Krishna, and Krishna stays only in Vrindavana. Krishna doesn't go outside Vrindavan. So Nityananda Prabhu is saying, the place where you're staying, the place that you are, this place is Vrindavana. So when Mahaprabhu saw the Ganga, he thought, oh, this is Jamuna. He was absorbed in Bhava. So Mahaprabhu took bath in Ganga. Jamuna is none. So Advaitacharya came with the boat, and Mahaprabhu said, oh, Advaitacharya, you also came to Vrindavan. And Nityananda Prabhu said, yes, this is Vrindavan. This place is Vrindavan. So suddenly Mahaprabhu's bhava was a little bit less. So he saw that in the banks of the Ganga there were some coconut trees, some mango trees, this kind of trees that these trees are not in Vrindavan. So he was asking, well, this is really Vrindavan? Because at the other side of the Ganga is Shantipur, the place where Advaita Acharya lives with his wife. He lives with his wife there. So Mahaprabhu said, Nityananda, I was going to Vrindavan, but you made me return, come back to Shantipur. So Nityananda and Advaita, they made Mahaprabhu understand, made him understand. So he sat down on Advaita Acharya's boat, That's why now Mahaprabhu is saying, Nityananda Prabhu, I'm not going with you to South India because you make a mess with all my bhaktas. So when I took sannyas and when I came to Jagannath Puri, what did you do on the way? What did you do? You broke my danda in 3 parts and you throw it in the river. This river, this specific river, where Nityananda Prabhu broke the danda of Mahaprabhu and throw it on the water. So Mahaprabhu said, my sannyas danda. He took it, broke it, and throw it in the river. Mahaprabhu, after taking bath, he told Nityananda, give me my danda. No, actually, he was going to take bath and he told, hold my danda. And after he returned, he said, give me my danda. And Nityananda said, no, your danda is broken. Because you were so much absorbed in bhava that you fell down on your danda, so it broke. So after I just went to the river and I threw it in the river. I have so much affection, love for you, that whatever you say, I follow. Because through seva, God is controlled. God is controlled through seva. So Mahaprabhu was saying that you have so much, he was telling the devotees, you have so much love and affection for me that because of this love and affection, I am abided by you. Prema, what he does? It makes like control, gives this control. That's why Mahaprabhu is saying, I am sannyasi. And what is the duty of a sannyasi? Is nirapeksha. What is it? What is this? You don't wait for anyone. You don't wait for anyone. Independent of others. You don't. Yeah. So sannyasi is nirapeksha. Does not depend on anyone else. He's independent. But I have so much love and affection for you. No, actually, you have so much love and affection for me that I am controlled. I'm controlled by you because of your prayer. Because if you are not nirapeksha, if you depend on others as a sannyasi, how will you follow your dharma? So you must not depend on others. I'm not taking anyone else, he said. Certainly I'm not taking Nityananda. If I'm taking someone, it's not going to be Nityananda. Okay, so take someone else. Take Jogananda. He has so much affection for me. He's going. He will want. He's going to give me so many things to eat. He took something, I don't know what, sorry, something very special from Navadip and he gave Mahaprabhu to put on the head of Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu said that the sannyasi, oil. Sannyasi should not put oil in the body. According to sannyasi dharma, he should not put oil in his body. But Jagannatha said, Prabhu, put this oil on. So Mahaprabhu said, okay, you work so much effort you took to give this oil from Navadip. So okay, let's put this oil on the service of God. let's take it on the temple of Jagannatha, so Pujari can offer it in the ghee lamp, can use this oil somehow. Who? I don't know, who was so angry that he took the pot of oil and just broke it on the floor. Mahaprabhu used to sleep on the floor, and Jagannatha saw that he didn't like it at all. So he put something on the floor, like a cotton bed, something like that, for him to sleep. Oh, and then Mahaprabhu told. Yes, Jagannatha was the name, right? He was angry before, and also he was Mahaprabhu. He told for his to his servant, take this bed and throw it away because he didn't want to sleep in that comfortable bed. And then Jagannatha was also very angry because of that. So when you take, I think it's a fiber of the banana tree, you take it and you make something, some object with this fiber, with the fibers of banana tree. So Mahaprabhu would sleep on the bed made of these fibers of banana tree. Jagannatha was angry again. He said, "You don't want to accept my seva." So he went away again because he accepted his banana tree bed, but not his cotton bed before. When we get angry, this anger that he feels from Mahaprabhu, this Jagannath, is a prem, is a very condensed prem. But in this world, when we are angry with someone, it's because of our own selfishness. That's why it is said here. Jagannatha also, he didn't speak with Mahaprabhu for 3 days, and Mahaprabhu also did not accept his bed made of banana tree. So Mahaprabhu started to glorify the affection that each devotee had for him. Mukunda has so much affection for Mahaprabhu, Sneha, that when he sees the renunciation of Mahaprabhu, he also becomes very sad. He's very sad. And Damodar. He also chastises me and teaches me what kinds of teachings. That a sannyasi should not have love and affection for anyone. There was a young boy, he was a son of a widow. And he came to Mahaprabhu, and when Mahaprabhu saw this boy, it was an adipana for him. He remembered Krishna. Because the nature of a child is that when you have love and affection for this child comes to you. Naturally, this child comes to you. If you give attention for a child 1-2 times, the child starts to come in your lap. So when he saw this child, Mahaprabhu started to have this affection. And then Amudara chastised Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu, you are a sannyasi. You're going to have sneha, affection for this child, so people are going to speak bad about you. Yeah, people will criticize. The older brother of Mahaprabhu, Vishwarup. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, actually, it did not speak. He's not mentioned Vishwarupa, just a little bit. But in Chaitanya Mangala, Chaitanya Bhagavad, in the other books, they talk so much about Vishwarupa in a very beautiful way. Vishwarupa is actually Prakasha Vigraha of Nityananda Prabhu. Because actually Nityananda Prabhu is Baladev Prabhu. And this Baladev Prabhu is the Prakash Vigraha. The Prakash of Baladeva Prabhu is Vishwarupa in Mahaprabhu's Lila. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Vishwarup, who is the older brother? Vishwarup. Mahaprabhu and Nimai. Mahaprabhu Nimai is the younger brother. So when Vishwarupa was going to study in Advaita Acharya's house, Nimai was young, very small child. So sometimes Nimai used to go with Vishwarupa to the house or the school of Advaita Acharya. And then Advaita Acharya, when he saw Nimai, when he used to see Nimai, he thought inside his head, he was thinking, when Nimai saw Advaita Acharya, in his heart, a bhava appeared. And Advaita Acharya also felt something. And Vishwarupa learned all Jnana from Advaita Acharya. Because what's the meaning of knowledge? What is the goal of knowledge? Vidya. The actual meaning of knowledge, the real fruit, is to attain bhakti to God, to the lotus feet of God. The real meaning of having knowledge is to have the essence of Bhagavatam, is to have prema bhakti, because whatever is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is actually talking about how to attain this highest prem. How whatever great personalities they searching for this prem. The meaning of life is not to attain this knowledge, like studying and after you just take care of your family. Everybody does this. If you take care of your family, okay, everybody else are doing this. Even an animal is taking care of its family with love and affection also. The animals, they take care of the offspring. And the cat gives milk to its kittens, and also teaches the cats to how to kill the mouse. So sleeping, defending. spontaneous nature of all conditioned souls. But in a human form, we have to do Bhagavad Bhakti. The fruit of knowledge, what is that? To study and all, study the scriptures, to develop Prem for Krishna. The fruit of knowledge, what is that? Accept the essence of Bhagavatam. What is the essence of Bhagavatam? Prema Bhakti, the highest Prema Bhakti. That's why Advaita Acharya that's why Vishwarupa learned from Advaita Acharya how to, well, he learned very well. He learned Tattva Jnana and Vairagya. Nitya Nitya Vishwarupa learned from Advaita Acharya about Prema Bhakti, about all this. So when you learn Tattva Jnana, automatically you have Jnana and Vairagya, knowledge and renunciation. So when in a stage of bhakti, what happens? You see the difference between Nitya and Anitya Tattva, the difference between Atma, Paratatva, Paradish, and everything that we see in this world. What is temporary and not. Everything that we see in this world is temporary. So the jivas are bound by these temporary things in this world. So they are wandering in this world. And why the souls are doing this? Because of the attachments, the illusions of Maya. And this attachment, this illusion is the cause of the imprisonment of the prison. Because actually Maya is not, I don't know, sorry, imprisoning us. It's actually we that are holding Maya. So in the same way as and a monkey, if you show a potato to a monkey and you put the potato inside a ceramic pot, like very narrow entrance, and you put a potato inside the pot and show the monkey, and the monkey is going, he wants to take the potato to eat, so he put the hand inside the pot. Then a hunter comes, and the monkey is holding the potato, but he cannot put his hand out of the pot. It doesn't come out, and the hunter takes the monkey. But if the monkey would, if he would let go of the potato, then he could take his hand out of the pot. So he's thinking that the pot or the potato is holding him, but he's actually holding the potato. So this is illusion. In the same way, the souls in this world, through this illusion of Maya, this attachment to Maya, they are in this situation. Because actually Maya is not holding anyone. It's not the duty of Maya. What is the duty of Maya? Is to make us have this illusion. The duty of Maya is to create this illusion. Another example is like a parrot. So if you take a wheel and you put a rope and a pomegranate seed, the parrot he's going to eat this seed, the pomegranate seed. So when he sits in the wheel starts to spin, and he just falls down. Actually, the parrot is thinking that this wheel is holding him, but actually, the parrot is holding the wheel. That's how the hunters they take the parrots. In the same way, people from this world they are so much in this illusion of Maya that they think that another person is imprisoning them, but it's you. So, what is the meaning of renunciation? Renunciation means to let go of these attachments, give up these attachments. And in Chaitanya Bhagavata, it said that a sober, intelligent person, what is the duty of this person is to abandon the illusion of Maya, the attachment of Maya. What is the eternal truth, Nitya Tattva? Krishna and Krishna Bhakti. So we have to look for that. In the school of Advaita so there Vishwarupa, he studied these things. Abandon the attachment of Maya and do Govinda Bhajan alone. So when Vishwarupa saw all this Jnana, Vairagya, Tattva, all this Kata, this Tattva, he studied all these tattvas, the simple philosophy, logic, all these sandarshan, these tattvas. What is the meaning of the 6 dashes of Vedas? It's only but then other darshans speak a little bit about Jnana and Vairagya, but Srimad Bhagavatam is actually establishing Bhakti. So Vishwarupa was thinking, I'm going to abandon everything and I'm going to do bhajan for Govinda. Only this. That's why Vishwarupa took sannyas and he went away. What is his name now? His sannyasi name? So Mahaprabhu told, I want to meet, to find my brother. Sankararanya is his name. Sannyasi name. Mahaprabhu went to South India. He was traveling in South India. And he was in the bank, on the bank of this river, and people were saying, oh, your brother, Vishwarupa, he took sannyas, he came here and he left body. He left his body. So they explained to Mahaprabhu how his brother disappeared, and Mahaprabhu was very sad when he listened to the story. And what he did, he shaved his head because of his brother, even though it was Chaturmasya that time, because he was traveling for this Chaturmasya months through South India. And then he met Rai Ramananda. He also stayed in Prabodhananda Saraswati's house. All Bhatta's family in South India. So Mahaprabhu flooded all South India with Prema Dharma. And when Mahaprabhu went to South India and he listened about the disappearance of his brother Vishnu, what did he do? To teach people from this road, he shaved his head for because the, for 4 months. What do you have to do? Actually, not you have not cut your don't cut your nails and don't shave your head and beard. And this is all described in the scriptures. But these rules are actually for grihastas. Grihastas. These rules are not for nirapiksha sannyasi. Why grihastas have to follow these rules? Because Shastra says this shloka. Because if the highest or superior person, if they don't follow one thing, the other ones, the inferior ones, they are not going to follow also. So if the sannyasi does, everybody else is going to do also. So if superior person does, the others are also doing. So if the sannyasi don't follow, if he doesn't follow these rules, the grihastas are not following also. Are not following. Actually, that's the reason why the sannyasis follow these rules, because sannyasi, they are actually nirapiksha, they are independent, they can get to. Okay, you have to, because you have to. Sannyasi is actually niragini. He should not cook. Niragini is without fire. He should not touch the fire. He should not cook, actually. And in this Sampradaya, there are many strict many rules, but we don't follow these rules. Because the sannyasis in Sankara Sampradaya, they are very tyagis. But they don't have bhakti also. But they give so much intense to this tyagi vairagya, this renunciation, in the detachment. Oh, actually, cruelty. They have the cruelty in his heart, their heart. They have this nirmamata, which means cruelty, hard-hearted. And Advaita Sampradaya, Mayavadi Sampradaya, they also follow Chaturmasya Vrata for 4 months. What they do? They are very strict. They don't cut their nails. They don't shave Because the duty of a sannyasi is that every Purnima, every full moon, they have to shave. But during these 4 months, they don't. They don't do this. And also eat just a little bit. They stay away from people by themselves, saying Brahmasmi, like in the forest, away from people who live, so they don't talk to anyone. Very, very strict. But the devotees, they give intense to Bhagavad Bhajan, and they accept what is favorable for Bhagavad Bhajan, and what is unfavorable for Bhakti, they abandon. But Mahaprabhu, in order to teach people from this world, in that time, people from the Sankara Sampradaya, they were very prominent. That's why Mahaprabhu also Because if you want to defeat a person, first you have to accept the argument of the person, then you can cut the arguments. Because if you don't accept what the person is saying, if you don't accept, if you don't even accept the arguments of someone, this person is not even going, coming near to you. So first you accept out the arguments of that person, and later you just cut these arguments. As like a big bamboo. How are you going to cut a bamboo? A green bamboo. You have to. Have you ever seen a green bamboo? There is no translation. Like he explained the difference between a green bamboo and an old bamboo. The difference and how you cut these two kinds of bamboos. So it's very easy to end up a relationship with someone. If you just say one or two bad words to the person, then that's finished. But the art to unite with a person, the art of a relationship with someone, this is very high. So all this Bhagavad Gita, everything that we are doing here is because it's to collect people, is to people come. We're not trying to make people go away, because if you say some bad words, one or two bad words, people are going away. So this is an art to bring people to preach. What is preaching? Preaching is to give up your ahankar, your ego, and how to bring the people with your love and affection. This art of unite people. How long does it take to build like a building? How long does it take to build it? But in 2 or 4 hours, it can be destroyed in a few hours. Like a building that took years to build, to finish with it, to destroy it, only a few hours. So we should not destroy, we should unite. That's the art of unite. So but it's very difficult to unite things for the conditioned souls. For the conditioned souls, it's very hard to do it because not what? Some people come for fame, prestige. They have other reasons to come. So how to unite, to bring people? Because people, they want to know about their own pratishta. So you give pratishta to that person. Mahaprabhu explains that. There's a story of Smarta Raghunandana. The story that on the wall you can see Mahaprabhu was sitting on the boat, and this, what is the name? Smarta Raghunandana. He was also there in the boat. Mahaprabhu, on the time he was Nimai Pandit. There was nobody knew more Sanskrit than Mahaprabhu. And this Brahmana showed the book to Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu was very happy, and he told, "Oh, I also wrote a book." And he showed this Brahmana, and the Brahmana said, "Nimai, if you show your book to the world, everybody they will want to read your book, not my book. Nobody will. So the difference between your book and my book is like the sky and the earth. So he said, Nimai, don't publish your book. So Nimai said, okay, and he throw his own book on the Ganges. Okay, so everybody will read your book. Could you do this? So what I'm trying to say is that don't destroy things, but unite people. But but if you don't know how to unite people, you have to stay away. You have to stay away. We have to learn how to unite because everybody knows how to destroy. You don't need to learn. You don't have to learn how to destroy. You don't need to teach anyone how to destroy. You have to learn how to unite a person to Bhagavad Bhakti because it's easy to make people go away, like speaking some bad words, one or two words. I think he's saying some people are looking for other things. Some people are after Gurudeva because of other reasons. But some people want bhakti, and the ones that want bhakti, they will get bhakti. A girl, she was running after me. Why? Sometimes some Westerners, they have money on the purse. Mm. Because sometimes the Westerns, they have like money in the purses, and they just leave the purses in the floor, and someone comes and take. So it's not everybody that is here that comes here. It's because of bhakti. Some people are looking for this kind of things. Like they see, oh, this beautiful girl is after Maharaj. She's so beautiful, I want to marry her. Then that's why a person comes. They have other reasons, and I know that the Western also they don't take care of their things. They just leave the things on the floor, like iPhones. It is that these mobile phones and all. So if you leave something on the floor here in India, if you leave something on the floor for 1 second, it's gone. On Western countries, if you lost something, if it's on the floor, someone come and give it back to you. But here, people take it out of their pocket. Like when you go to Western countries and a place with gentlemen people, and these people, they give it back to you when you lose something. But here, they open your purse, your bag, and they see how much money you have. I've seen those things. I've seen those things. Some people even take diksha and they come very near and they start to serve, but they are actually looking. They are looking at what kind of people is here, and then after some time they rob and they go away. They say they are disciples, but actually these people, they are bad people. They are really bad people. So what I'm trying to say is that not everybody comes for bhakti. It's not everybody. So how to purify those people, and also how to stay away from those bad people. We have to think about that. So Mahaprabhu, he's giving this teaching. Yeah, very nice, nice smell. There's a nice smell here now. There's a kind of flower. Yeah, jasmine. This flower bakul. That's this the smell. It's very small flower, like a star. They're brown and also white. It's very beautiful flower, bakul. It's a flower in the shape of a star. It's already 7 o'clock. So what I was saying, Advaita told all the Sarikatha of Vishwarupa about renunciation, about what is temporary and not temporary. So Vishwarupa took sannyas. When Mahaprabhu knew that his brother disappeared, he shaved his head. That's why in the middle of Chaturmansa there is this day, the Vishwarupa. It's the same day that Mahaprabhu knew about his brother. It's today, right? He knew about his brother and he shaved his head. And we also do this. So today, I was speaking other Harikatha. What is that? Today, our Guru Maharaj went to Katwa and he took sannyas also today. Srila Bhakti Rakshashila Goswami Maharaj gave sannyas to Bhakti Pragyana Kishore Goswami Maharaj. And today also Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj also took sannyas from Srila Keshava Goswami Maharaj, Gurudev Shwanarayana Goswami Maharaj. This is the contribution, very special contribution of him, because Gurudev, the contribution is that he brought Swami Maharaj to take sannyas because he didn't even want to take sannyas. He didn't want to come to live in the temple. And Shonara Maharaj took all his things, his luggage, and took by force. Because when his business, what's the word? He was living near Jamuna in a small place because his business were gone. So Srila Gurudev, in the morning, he was one day walking, morning walk, and he asked, Prabhu, what are you doing here? Let's go to the temple and stay with me. And so Maharaj said, I don't want to go to temple. Why? Because here you can do everything. You can do anything, but when you're old, every day you need hot water. But Kalikala, in the temple of Kali Yuga, it's very difficult to find a sevaka. Sevaka says, Gurudeva, first I'm going to serve me, and then I'm going to serve you. So in Kali Yuga, where are we going to find a servant? It's not easy to find a servant in Kali Yuga. Especially nowadays, what happens? Gurudeva Gurudev, I want to be with you, but give me a computer, like a first class computer, and watch, also watch. Gurudev, I'm going to do kirtan with you, right? Somewhere I'm going to kirtan with you, but how much money will I get? First, tell me how much dakshina I'm getting if I go there with you. Because Grihastha will give, right? He's giving to you, but for me, how much will I get? So Grihastha also gives donation to Kirtaniya. What to do? It's very, very difficult to find, to get a sevaka. I have experience in that. I'm saying for my because of my own experience. Before these kirtaniyas, they take their donations, they put in their pockets, and so in the temple, it's like upside down because in Gurudev's time, when the brahmacharis used to get 1 rupee, at the same time we had to give it to Gurudeva. And the brahmacharis that didn't give to Gurudeva and put in their pockets. Gurudeva used to call them and say, "Hey, you went to that people house, that person's house, you got 1 rupee? Why you didn't give it to me? Give it to me right now." Gurudeva used to say like that. Because if you he used to say that if you eat materialistic people food, you cannot remember Krishna. Your mind is contaminated. So here the food is also compared to money, because if you take this money for you, you are actually eating poison. And he used to tell the story of Sanatana Goswami, I think. But nowadays everything is like upside down, upside down. First is that Sevaka, they don't want to stay, but and the ones that are in the temple, they are staying in the temple, they want all the everything like all the best, everything that is good, they want. So it's talking about son-in-law. If you are married, you will know what is a son-in-law. Don't. You are Indian and you don't know what is that? Son-in-law. The Western, they don't even they don't even know what is son-in-law, because every 1 or 3 years they are changing their boyfriends and girlfriends, so they don't know what is a son-in-law. When you got to get married, there's a mantra. This mantra in the marriage. So these people ask, Maharaj, how long do I have to stay with that people, with that person? And I said, oh, you have to stay with that person for your whole life. And they were like, what, my whole life? This is in the Western countries. 300, 400 marriages I already like did in the Western countries. And there's this mantra, this vow. You bind the hands and you say that as long as the other is alive, you have to take care of the other. The women have to follow the instructions of the husband. My heart, your heart. There's this mantra from the Vedas during the marriage ceremony. And I say the meaning of the mantra. I say, okay, the meaning of this mantra is that you have to stay together your whole life. And they are like, the whole life, Maharaj. Please, can you take out some years? Like, can it be a little bit less years? So they don't even know this word, son-in-law. Damat. Because you have to, you have to like take care of the son-in-law and do a lot of things like for him. So in India, it is said that nowadays they take care so much of the son-in-law, but everything is so much upside down these days. In the table also, everything is upside down. Even still, it is like Mahaprabhu will have to come again, because everything is just is like upside down, is destroyed. So it's not only in our temple. I'm not saying about our temple only, because apart from our institution, the other places also, how many people stay in the temple, because it's very difficult to be renounced, and the ones that come, they want to keep your money, they want to keep your things uh, to them. They want to keep them. So it's very difficult. You can even build a very big and nice temple, but where you find the servants, the sevas that really want to do the seva, like without interest, without. This is not. I'm not talking this about because of proud. It's not proud, my proud that I'm saying this, but everything that we used to collect, we used to give everything, every drop of blood it used to give to Gurudev. And I'm not saying this because of if I'm proud. We didn't spend it also. So if one Grihasta said, Maharaj, this is to serve temple and this is for you. This is for you to drink some water, to drink water or anything. Even this money of the he gave to us, we used to give to Gurudev. This money also we gave to Gurudev. Nowadays, I go to the West, and not even $1 from my pocket. I buy water. I buy water with this money. 24 hours. One time in London, there was snow. It was snowing. I was going to Brazil, and all the flights were cancelled. It was December, and I was waiting in the airport for my flight. 3 hours delayed my flight. When I got to London, the flight was cancelled. My flight was cancelled, and there was no arrangement or anything there. At least 300 flights were also cancelled. I saw in the airport thousands of people were sitting there, and it was snowing so much, minus 21 21 degrees. It was very cold. So people, they said we cannot arrange anything. It was announced that they would not arrange anything for us. We would have to arrange for by ourselves, because thousands of people there. So this is natural. And then my flight. Where would I go? Because it was so cold. To understand, I was just sitting there, and it was. वो भी कभी कोई खाने की व्यवस्था नहीं कर नहीं रहा, और जितना भी तो वो एयरपोर्ट में जिधर वो खाना सब लोग जल्दी को खाने के सब खत्म कर दिए। फ्लाइट इसके पहले तो फ्लाइट और भी डिले हो गई, तो लोग सोच रहे अभी हो रहे फ्लाइट डेढ़ दिन के बाद 36 घंटे के बाद फिर फ्लाइट का मतलब रिन्यूअल हुआ, और फिर डेढ़ दिन बाद कुछ मेरे कहने की तात्पर्य है, मेरे मन में इच्छा नहीं, मैं सोचता हूँ कि किस वस्तु की सेवा करूं, अपने बोल में क्यों लगा। So after 26 hours, I went to Brazil, and I thought, how can I use this money, this Gurudev's money, for my gratification, like for me, because this is to serve Bhagavan. You have to use it to serve Bhagavan. But nowadays, you see, That any money you get any money and you just go and buy some juice to drink or fruits. Why do you need money? There are so many things here in the temple. And the seva that we see in Param Gurudev's life, nowadays we cannot find sevakas. We used to stay all night fanning Gurudev, because that time in Keshavadi Janata, when Gurudev was resting, especially in June, July, there was no fan, only one fan in June, July, and also no light. 4 or 5 days we stayed without light. How we were going to serve Gurudev? So 3 or 4 brahmacharis we took turns to fan Gurudev, like one hour there and the other one then next hour. From 9 até as 4. So from 9 until 4 a.m. in the morning we stayed there fanning Gurudev until he woke up. I remember all this. Even this, where are we going to find this nowadays? It's very hard to find a sevaka. Because Maya is so much powerful. The influence of Maya is so much. That's why in the temple we see there are no sevakas. For example, in this temple, sometimes I'm looking and I'm thinking, what is going to happen in the future? How long are we going to stay in this material world? But in this line of Gurudeva, these temples that Gurudev established, how is it going to continue? I don't understand how they preach Mahaprabhu's preach. How is it going to continue? When you go to the west, do you need a kirtaniya or not? But there's no one to do kirtana, so what to do? Do you think everybody is coming only to listen Harikatha? This is the influence of Kal, of time. Sometimes I'm thinking, Prabhu, what is Lila? What is that Lila of yours? What are you trying? What do you want to do? So nowadays what happens in the temple? People are there because you give money to them. For example, the grihastas, when they build a temple, they maintain the sevakas there. They maintain the servants. So the donations that come, what they collect, seva actually is from the inner core of heart. And when you give money, wait, no. Like this Babaji, he comes here to serve, and my eyes are full of tears when I see his seva. Every day, 4 a.m., he used to come and serve Murti of Gurudeva upstairs and give prasada to all Vaishnavas every day. First off, he also offered boga to Gurudev, and also he brought that boga to me. So much love and affection. So people think there's no good in being brahmachari. Nothing good will come from me if I'm brahmachari. Why?
और ब्रह्मा जी को कोई फायदा नहीं होगा। फायदा होगा विवाह शादी करके पत्नी की लाठी जब खाओ तब समझ में है कि नहीं। माया के जब लाठी अच्छी तरह से मारेंगे तब सेवा करेंगे। जाति के अंदर करने वाले काम विसर्ग करते नाम के कीर्तन वाले अपने नहीं थे तो